Listen, you want to know, how do I get out of this rut? Nobody's paying attention to my music. I never get likes online. I'm playing to the same 5 people. It's my mom and my grandma and 3 cousins. And you want to know how to take it to the next level. So we're going to go through 5 ways that you can take your band to the next level. 5 ways that you can get famous. All right, here we go. Alright, listen, let's just kick this list off. You watched 50 of these videos. They're all garbage. This is going to be the best one. Number 1, go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Do yourself a favor and just go around this site looking for opportunities. If you want to tell your audiences about something, the best way to do it is for someone else to do it, so you don't look like a big-headed idiot. You know, nobody really cares with this whole self-promotion thing. It's like we're tired of it. So go to Fiverr. There's tons of people on there who have vlogs, and they do various different type of like interview scenarios. They'll ask you questions. Sometimes they'll even let you talk about whatever you want to and pretend that they asked you about it. The second thing is, and this is, you know, different people have different philosophies, but if you want to look like you're bigger than you really are, go to Fiverr and buy yourself a whole bunch of likes. If that's your only goal, you can do that. You can get likes on Instagram, likes on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, until your accounts look legit. I kind of have the philosophy that you don't want to go too crazy with it because you want some organic likes. You want people to actually care. But sometimes when you're a band and you're just getting started, I'll be straight up with you. There's different promoters that want to know that you've got a little something going on. And so if you're just starting your accounts fresh and maybe you want to give yourself a little boost or whatever, that's not a bad thing either. But Fiverr.com is your best friend. They have graphic design artists and video editors and people on there too. And I don't know, there's some good ones, some bad ones. Same thing with audio editing as well as mastering. I don't think there's a real shortcut for that. I think you do get what you paid for. Although if you just got to cover something that you put out and you want to bump it up to the next level, that could be great too. So number 1 is Fiverr. Okay, number 2, the second best thing that you can do is go play memorable shows. You're in a rut because you're just showing up and playing your material. You're tuning for 7 minutes between every song. You're saying the weirdest stuff from the microphone that's making everyone feel awkward. You need to make a memorable experience. And how do you do that? You have to put your game face on, put a plan together, and go for it. So here's some ideas I've done in the past that have been awesome. One idea is that I printed a backdrop with our band's logo, and I almost made it like a red carpet style run. So you come in, and I was taking pictures with every single person who would let me, and then trying to get them to let me tag them on Facebook and different social media. So that's like one creative idea, is like make a catwalk, make the venue your own little thing. Number 2 that you can do to make a show memorable is use backtracks. I'm going to do a video that I'm going to link to this video about how to use backtracks live. And why do you want to do that? Well, what I've done is we do it like this indie rock experimental stuff, and in between when I need to tune my guitar, I need to take a drink of water, it will segue automatically into like a hip hop track. And then in every different major market or city I've went to, I've gotten a hold of MCs and said, hey, when that transition comes between these 3 songs over the course of our set, why don't you jump on and spit and, you know, throw some of your CDs out there, whatever, pump us up. And we've done that, and it's been really successful. So make memorable experiences at your show, things people are going to take pictures of, things that they're going to look for online, and that is going to take you to the next level. All right, cool. Number 3, do covers. I know there's a lot of covers out there, but you're playing live shows, you're doing original material, and the fact is people don't know it. So no matter how good you are, they're going to blank stare you because they don't know your material. Believe me, I put together this set. It's got this musical adventure you go on, all these crazy noises. We're playing percussion, doing all this stuff, and still at about like 20 to 25 minute mark, there's people who just check out. So what you do by making covers is give them a chance to key back in. So look, I broke a sweat making this video. That's amazing. you want to do covers. You want to post video content of those covers online, because I did a cover of 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins, and there's people who hate Billy Corgan's voice. I personally love it. I think it's original, but they hate his voice. And so they actually liked mine, and they would say stuff like, you did it even better than Billy, which isn't true, but there's going to be people who think so. The other thing that I've learned from doing covers is that you're going to pick up on pop structures and how things should be done, which leads me to my next point. This leads me to number 4. Number 4 is this: write good material. People share good songs. It doesn't matter what your band name is. It doesn't matter really what the title of the song is necessarily. Those things help, especially when you're trying to say Fathom Blue in Latin America and they don't do TH blends. Fathom Blue, Fathom Blue. You know, my band name is not the best band name, but if you write a song with a catchy melody, with a chorus that repeats enough times for people to memorize it the first time they listen to it, that song is going to get shared. If you give someone chills, if you say something lyrically that they say, oh, that's exactly how I feel, bro, you are going to get shares organically, and your band's going to start blowing up. The most arrogant thing you can ever do is write a song and think that it's good just because you wrote it. What you need to do is start collaborating, bring people into your band's space, let them hear the new material, bring people in who aren't musicians, like actual real listeners, and let them tell you what you should be doing with the song. Try vocal melodies out. Tell people, hey, I'm not going to be mad at you if you just tell me exactly what you think about this song, and give them the freedom. They'll tell you. And just because they have negative criticism doesn't mean that it's good or bad, that it's wrong or right. But if you get enough of that and you're like, man, this 10 people all said the same thing, you need to run with it. I've even heard stories of Bob Dylan playing 2 and 3 shows a night when he was in Greenwich Village in New York City, and just reworking different lines out each time that he would play the song to see how crowds would respond to it. And so, you know, there's no one exempt. It's like really easy to assume that he's a legend and that these songs just came naturally. And some lines do, some chord progressions do, but a lot of it is just good old-fashioned hard work. So read books with your band and do whatever you can to become a good songwriter, and then your band will be known. And then last but not least, this is a really important one. This is number 5. Actually draw when you go play shows. I think the worst thing you can do is come out with this awesome set. Your songs are off the charts. You've spent all this time developing them, and you've done everything I said. You're on Fiverr. You've got interviews rolling. You've got likes showing up all over your pages, and then you show up to play a show and you draw 5 people. Now, how do you do that? Some of you are like, but I've tried so hard. The thing about it is this: people want an experience. So if you've already brought them out to like 3 or 4 shows and they've sucked, where you have not done anything special and you just got up there and you played your material, you probably should rename your band and relaunch and just start all over. Because what I did with Fathom Blue was the very first show that we jumped off on was epic. We had a box truck that we basically pulled into a lot. We put 2 couches in it, filled it with 30 people. We were all singing Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, don't stop, and everyone's having a great time. They're sharing pictures. Yeah, I'm riding in a box truck. And then when we showed up to this Chicago venue, it's called Reggie's, and we walked up to the door and 30 people lined up. And a lot of times when you're playing these like better venues, they'll, you know, do a tally for the band, and when 30 people in a row are like, I'm here for Fathom Blue over and over and over again, the promoter starts to think, wow, these guys can draw. They need bigger opportunities. I need to give them on a better bill. And so you create your own momentum. And so within that first year that we started the band, we kept doing things like that. And so it was like, people would say, oh, this last show was crazy. We were in a box truck on these couches and we were singing Don't Stop Believin', and then they threw a great show. And then they bring their friends the next time, and 2 or 3 shows later we were playing House of Blues with a couple hundred people, and the promoters were loving it. They were happy. We were being professionals. We were blowing up, selling shirts and CDs. We were happy, and that's how we did it. So again, you can't do the same thing and expect different results. If you keep doing what you're doing, it's not going to work. And so what I want you to do is like this video, comment below, ask me whatever questions you have, let me know what you've been doing, what's been working, what's not working, and then I also ask you to hit subscribe to these videos, because the #1 way I'm trying to blow up myself is by making these videos. So